Thank you for joining me. Please remember to like and share. Today we're going to make a unique in the creek, or UITC, tree frame, or tree. And I'm sorry that's one of the hats we made. Anyway, we are going to make this tree. We're going to fill it all up, and then we're going to decorate it. I was going to put lights on it, but that didn't work out. So the next one we'll do lights, but not this one. This is about a 2-foot tall board, 21 inches. So with your bottom things, it comes out to be a 2-foot tree. This board, this comes from Unique in the Creek. Lori, I always say her name backwards, Goldfinch McNeil, invented these and invents the folds and shows you how to do them. They're pretty simple, unless you're me, and then they can be a little bit hard. Sorry, I had to grab some mesh out of someone's mouth. But anyway, we're going to fill this tree up except for the very top where our hanger is. I'm going to finish my tree off after I get my last mesh on with this flower. And then I also bought some ornaments. I have different ornaments here that we'll put on it. And like I said, I decided not to go with the lights tonight. I've never done a lighted wreath yet. With our board, and Mike put them all on, and I aim to have him leave a few off. What we do though is we use, most of them are 8-inch, some of them are 6-inch, because the package that I bought, you have to get the ones that are only 18-pound tension, or the little heads don't fit. The little heads don't fit in these holes. Oops. In these holes. So what you do is you just take one, you thread it up through, thread it down through, and then you just put a little bit on the end, and just go ahead and do that to your whole board. You wouldn't have to, you could do it as you go along, but I do things kind of in phases, and so this is easier to do like this and have them ready to go. And then what I'm using tonight to make the tree, we're using poly burlap mesh I got from Craft Outlet. It takes a little over a roll. So I had one roll of moss green and then some of, I don't know, I just called it green. It might be bright green. I don't know if you can tell the difference. We're going to intersperse them and throw them in there a little bit. And when I cut these, it's 10 wide, and you cut them 8 inches long. And I use a plastic bag sealer to put a seal on it. Then I go back and cut them with scissors. So I cut a lot today because this takes 65 different pieces of mesh. The poly burlap. The only problem is with poly burlap, I do seal it with a plastic sealer, and it doesn't always, I don't always cut straight, so I do have a little bit of fray, but I have less fray if I do that. So first I seal the whole roll, then I cut the whole roll. And of course, you know, it takes about a roll and a half. Then after I do that, then I folded the petals. But first thing I did was have Mike help me because I couldn't get the little ends in because of my hands. But so he put all of the zip ties on the board for me in all the holes. There's 2. It's so hard to tell when I'm showing you here. There's 2, so you go up 1, down 1, and then just start it. Up 1, down 1, start it. Up 1, down 1, start it, and so forth until you do all of the board except for the very top. And at the very top, sorry about getting in that light, guys. At the very top, we put a wire. This is the wire we bought for our hangers, so we put a wire hanger. But I'm going to set this over here to the side because I'll show you now. So there's 65 pieces, so I've made 61, as long as Lamba didn't take any. I've made 61 of these petals. And then I've got 4 of them left here, and I'm just going to show you how I do them. And as Lori says, the clothespin is such a good handy item. I'm going to grab 4 clothespins. Okay. Like having an Mevo by hand. So you're going to take your 10 by 8 piece of mesh, burlap, deco. You can do these with deco too. And you're going to turn it so it's in a diamond shape. Then I'm just going to take this corner and put it down here just a little bit past the other corner. So it doesn't quite match up, but that doesn't matter. Then I'm going to take my fingers and stretch, and you can't really see, I'm sorry. Take your fingers and stretch from the bottom to the top, and then we're just going to take and fold this to the middle. And then we're going to take and fold this one down, and it's going to overlap a little bit so that it comes out like this. And then we're going to pinch it. And I'm going to put the clip on it so that you have a petal that looks like this. And then this is what we put on the tree. I do have an affiliate link if you'd like to join Lori's Success Path. Lori Riley's Success Path, I think it is. Maybe it's Business Success Path. I think it's just Success Path. I have an affiliate link, and if you join through there, I get a couple pieces of bubble gum. I tell you what, we had such a good time at his birthday party, and I was so glad. The kids decided to go to the nursing home where his great-grandpa is. So that made me real happy because Bill can't get out. And I thought I heard things going on. Oh. Anyway, he had a really good time, and then Bill got to be there with us, his grandpa or his great-grandpa, and then Mike and I and all the family. So it was a really fun time. They bought pizza and had soda, and Ryder had a little bike rider thingy, and Melinda's best friend's baby's one, Jace, and he was riding it. And we were playing with Paw Patrol, and of course we had Elmo. We had a big Elmo cake. So it was fun. It was very fun. So anyway, let's do that again. That's 2 I've done, and I didn't explain that one very well. So we'll do this one better. Diamond shape. Let's try this back again. Corner over just a tad. I just push it down like I'm folding it. Then you're going to take in the middle from the point, the middle up here. And please remember to like and share, and please share on your private or your personal pages. So I don't know what the answer will be. Hopefully, you can just put a clip on it, and there you go. One more time, and then we'll start getting them on the board. Corner to corner, a little over. Stretch. Bring this one down to the middle. It's going to overlap the bottom a little bit. I try to just kind of keep them even on these sides so that it makes a point at the top. And then you're just going to take right about here and you're going to take your clip, or you can just put it on your tree, but I make all my petals before I start. I do the same thing when I do my rose, when I do my sunflower. The only ones I don't do it on the character wreaths because you don't have, I don't know, I just don't. Yes, I could, but I just didn't. But anyway, so you'll have 65 of these when you get done. So anyway, I put the first row on, and we did trim these tails off so they're below this. So now what you do is you take off your clothespin and you slip your mesh underneath the loop, and I just pull it up there. Then what you're going to do is you don't have to turn the board over, it's just easier for me. You're going to grab the tail of the zip tie and you're going to pull it down, and I tried to tell Michael to do them all the same way, but I don't think he did. But that's alright, because they'll just be wigwaggy. That's something for us to remember next time. I will say this again, this is the first tree that I have made with the board. I want to make another tree, and then I want to make a candy corn, and then I need to get more boards. And you can snip those all off at the end, because once you get used to doing this, you're just going to just sit and do it. It'll be automatic. You won't have to, you know, think Ms. McNeil just turns on a movie and goes for it. In fact, I think I heard her say in the live, I just, you know, get it all ready, and when we're going on a car ride, I just do it in a car. I think that is moss green, to tell you the truth. So once you get going, though, like I said, these are simple. The most labor-intensive part is going to be your cutting and your folding. Yes, you can. And you can actually do, and I may try it, you always want to make sure, too, that your seam is pointing down towards your board. Yeah, you can use regular mesh, and I believe the next one I do, I'm going to try a ruffle out of regular deco. I am not good with zip ties. I can't grip them. And I want to put some of these lighter green ones in. And that's because I thought I had 2 rolls of the moss and I didn't. But we had just enough of the lighter green and the moss green. So, you know, trees are never the same color. Uh-oh. I put this one in upside down. We got to go fix one here in a minute. Because like I said, you always want the seam down, and silly me. You think a zip tie gun would help me? Diane, really? I'd probably find some way to make that difficult to use. And you can push these little heads down in there more. I'll just do that when we're done. But the first thing I see is I got a mistake right here. So I have this one on backwards. I had it on like this with the seam instead of like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fix my mistake. Okay, this is how you do the ties. Really? Well, if I learn how, you may have to show me how to use it. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go up this hole. Make sure your head's, you know, the right way or it won't work. So we're going to go up this hole, down this hole, and I'm not even going to start it. Oops. See, I made sure these heads would go to the holes. The ones I have tons of zip ties that do not. I'm going to make sure I have the flat side. I'm going to slip it in here, and I know I've already trimmed it, so I'll just have to cross my fingers that I can do this. Uh-oh. This came out. Okay. I'm going to put that in there like that. I'm going to pull it up so it holds it. I'm going to slip it in there. Now I'm going to go back and just make sure that it's up in there good, since I'd already snipped it. Now I'm just going to take and tighten it up so that head, it should pop in the hole, but I'm not very coordinated with that either, so I just go back and take my things and push them a little bit. But be careful because I pushed it all the way through on these before too. So you don't want to push too hard. Alrighty, now let's look. Oh goody. I was worried that then I probably went ahead and put it on backwards again. Yes, it is, Sherry, because I didn't have enough of the moss green. I only had one. I thought I had 2 rolls and I only had 1. And after I cut the whole roll, I was like, ah, fudge. So that was a lot of cutting and all. So I decided that my tree could have just a little highlight of real green in it. I don't know if that's what you call it. It's not really bright green. But, you know, I always have to be a little different somehow. And since I got it at Craft Outlet, I couldn't very well go out and buy any. And I know no one around here would have it. So we're going to do flipping and flopping. And we're just going to put these on. I'm trying to debate how many I should put on each row because I have 39 moss. That's what I got out of 1 roll of green moss, 39. And then 26 of the bright green. So I probably should be putting more in right now. And if you just pull it tight, you want to make sure it's by the hole. Don't pull it tight, otherwise you're going to have trouble moving it over to the hole. And I'll go in afterwards and put these all in. And it might not look right this way, but if it doesn't, then I'll just get some more moss green and fix it later. Now, if you were going to put lights on it, you do put the lights on before you put on any mesh. You tape them directly to the board in between, underneath the zip ties, or your zip tie loops. And that way, when you put on your mesh and you make your zip tie tight, then your lights are zip tied onto the board. And you can get the ones that are timed for 6 hours and shut themselves off. Sometimes they aren't. You have to do a little manual work, but that's okay. But even the ones at Dollar Tree, I believe, are 6-hour timed. So they turn themselves on and they turn themselves off. So if you turn them on at like 6 p.m. at night, they will go till midnight and then they will shut off. Otherwise, you have to remember your battery will run out and then you won't have any lights anyway. Now, Lori has, I think, 4 different kinds of frames. Hope I'm not misquoting myself. She has her flower frames. She has her character board frames, which you can buy digital prints and Mod Podge in the middle, like we did Ina Fields the other day. And then she has horse board frames. I don't think I'm ready, and it will be a while before I'm ready for a horse board. I'm not that good. I did like the way the poly burlap sunflower turned out, though. It was, I don't know, I had so much trouble with the deco mesh one when I made it, and the one with the poly burlap on the board just looked so neat and trimmed because I had done it with, actually I think that one I did with a soldering iron. That was before they grounded me from it because I burn everything. I think that was a cat. I'm not sure. But anyway, I have several character faces too. And then I found out, because normally they say to go to Office Depot or Office Max, because they're the same thing now, or go to Staples, which we don't have a Staples. But I found out when I went to make a fax the other day that my UPS store would actually do it for me. And I could send them there online. And they seem to be about the same price. So it's, you know, I have to drive 20 miles otherwise to go get my prints. So I'll probably start printing there. at the UPS store, and that made me happy because, you know, it's not far. You get these at uniqueinthecreek.com, and this is the Christmas tree wreath. You can do several things with it. I'm going to make this Christmas tree, and then I want to make a candy corn for Halloween. And then, but yeah, I'm going to make these trees. I have a show coming up the 1st of October. I want to get some of these trees put together. I do also like the character boards. We just finished Ina Field. Well, Ina Field, I think. Just Field, not Fields. But I did that. Jamie, you cut them in 8-inch lengths, and then I folded them, and I showed how I folded them at the beginning of this live. I folded 4 pieces. You make it in a diamond shape, and you go corner to corner, and then you go half and half. And if you want, you can go back and watch that replay. Unfortunately, I did all of them. I have them all. We're just going to keep inserting our mesh and pulling it tight so we can get it done so we can decorate it. Next time I get the bag sealer out and cut, maybe I'll do a little pre-recorded tutorial. What do you think of that? Does that work? I don't put that on the camera because it's kind of a big object, and because I have a 20-inch bag sealer, and I usually have tons of mesh out because I don't like to drag it out a lot, and it's in the way because it's so big. But because I think that was in with that, I had made a tutorial, so. But I had a different sealer then. I hope. Yes, please remember to like, share, and spread it with, if you have a business page, your business page, but also on your personal page, friends and family, because it's going to be important for everybody doing lives now so that we are seen and people know when we are there. Otherwise, they're just going to catch us when they're scrolling, and it's really kind of not what we had planned. So. See, sometimes you do get some fray and you can just snip it off. With the sealer, it helps seal the edges though, so the fray should be more controllable. You'll just have to go back and trim up. And I hate fray, so. And if you're gonna, I personally think that these zip ties are kind of wonky. I got them at Hobby Lobby. It's the only place I could find the 18-pound tension. Michael suggested, and we're going to try going over to Manawa to Harbor Freight and see if we can find some that are, because they don't even actually, you know how most of them go, you know, or make a noise or whatever. I don't know if that was appropriate. You know, they make the tick, 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 tick. Well, these don't do that, so I don't know. But if they were the only ones I could find with a small enough head, that's the 18, well, because they're 18-pound tension. And then in the package, they came in 8, 6, and 4. So we used all the 8 and part of the 6, so at least we have some. Because I've been having to do it, and I don't like it. I can't go back and hit the heads in, so. We belong to Lori Jacobs' Success Path. Lori is our business coach, one of them. And so anyway, if you want to join up, it's $19.95 a month. and she does 2 calls a week, I think. For those that work, she's going to do one on the weekend, and then she does usually one on Tuesdays, and she has wonderful business advice. She is a licensed, I don't know if they call them licensed, but she is a certified CPA. So I thought that was pretty good. I like that quality for business. And she's very smart on the business, and she'll answer your questions, and I like her a lot. My mentor and my business partner, or not business partner, business coach. So if you need some coaching, that's a great place to go. I do have an associates link or affiliate link, and that's it on the board. So if you want to join up, if you don't mind using that one, I would appreciate it. So I can have bubblegum change, as they put it. I love the way people say that. Yeah, if you go here, you get bubblegum change. Also, I went in, I've added all the hats we made. And I'll let you guys know a secret. Michael's making hats. I'm making him learn how. It's time he helped. So some of those are his. And I'm listing them as I get them done. I listed the blue and white wreath that we started a couple weeks ago. I never did find a sign I liked. So, I just went with decorations. I'm not a big sign person, really. I'm more of a, and I'm not a real big ribbon person either. I'm just getting into the ribbons and getting them to where I think they look okay. And so you will notice I don't use bows. I did get an easy bow maker though, and I am excited to try to use that, but I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. So I had other things I needed to get done. But this tree, I was going to list it before I went live, and I didn't get that done. The tree will be on my Etsy. We will get pictures of it in the morning, in the daylight. And this tree will list for $60 on my Etsy. And there's other big changes coming to the bubble. I'm trying to put some finishing touches on some stuff. And I'm going to try to do some tech help. I am a I have a degree in systems information management. And so I can't promise you I'm the smartest or the best at tech help, but I'm trying real hard because social media changes daily. So you've really got to keep your eye on that a lot. Just like I think this changed for the notifications went in last week, but nobody knew about it until like today. So, but if you need help, my first thing I'm going to do is if you need help getting your business page up from your personal page when you start your business, I'm going to try to be there to help you and do some documentations on it so that it's easier for you to do. And I don't know, I had set a time up until, like I thought January, but I'd like to roll it out sooner. We are real busy until the end of October, but that doesn't matter. I'm either going to be making a wreath or doing training, so I just have to make sure I have all the programs I need to do that with. I usually train with PowerPoint and PDFs, but in this day and age, you also have to use the live and so forth. So, but that'll be coming. I will probably end up having a paid group so that you have access to me when you need, well, maybe not exactly right when you need it, but you have more access to me. So we will see how that goes. And I did just go in my Etsy shop. I probably already said that, but I don't remember. And we have dropped our prices a little bit. Went a little bit more uniform on Etsy, and we're starting to list everything we'll have for our October show. And if you guys buy it all, which would be fantastic, I will just remake it. So if I have to stay up 24/7, because I have a show the first weekend in October, and then I have a show the second weekend in October, And then the third weekend in October, we're headed to Illinois to the convention. Do you call it convention? Conference? Anyway, then after that, we'll just be in the full mode of Christmas and getting that all done. So, but yeah, take a look at our Etsy site because it has changed some. The marine wreath is now listed, the new one that I just made. I've got to get the Coast Guard one done to finish that line. This will be in our line of Unique in the Creek, and if you go and it's not there, you can always custom order. I will take custom orders. I have a hummingbird wreath I'll be listing in the next day or two. I thought it was listed. I really did. But apparently I didn't, so Michael will be retaking pictures because I don't know where they went because apparently we thought we did it and we never did. So anyway, but he'll get those pictures for me and I'll get I have that. I have a tobacco basket that I've done. I want to make some cornucopias. I have four or so cornucopias. I finally got all the gourds and corn I wanted and other fruit. And so yeah, I was thinking I was using too much of the dark green, so now I gotta like pop the light green in here. That's okay. So that's what's going on here in the bubble. So yeah, if you want to hop over to my Etsy and take a look, if you don't see what you want, ask me, we can make it, and I'll figure out if I can make it, and if I think I can, how much it would cost, and then we can go from there. I don't mind doing custom orders. I used to do those before well, I still do, but I mean, I've made custom grapevines and actually custom wreaths where the customer's even given me some items that were pretty heavy. But I got them in the wreath and they didn't break, so I was like, oh yay. They were ceramic birds, so I was afraid it would drop and break. So I've made several custom orders that I don't know if you all saw it. Now I did not sell that one, and I cannot recreate it because I do not work with the sign person anymore because that wasn't a good idea. But I made a St. Louis Cardinals wreath for Melinda's in-law grandfather, writer's great-grandpa. Let's just put it that way. And he is the biggest St. Louis Cardinals fan you can meet. So I actually got a sign and for him, and he's in a nursing home. I made it on a 10-inch work form. So I made it small because he shares a room. And so when we were over there the other day, he had to walk me to his room and show me he hangs it on the outside of the door so everybody can see it. So I took pictures of it, and I posted one up on the site. I was so excited that he liked it that much. And then I made a nurse there a Kansas City Royals wreath. I did not use any licensed material. I made my own crown that I bought a wood crown form from Hobby Lobby. And I think they call it something board. Anyway, so I have made that. I did make my son a wreath. I gave it to him. It was for Boston Bruins. He's a Boston Bruins fan. And I gave my son-in-law one for the Philadelphia Eagles after they won is it the Lombardi Cup? Whatever you win for the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't really watch football. I watch hockey and that's it. So it becomes hard in the winter season because Michael's always wanting to watch hockey. And I'm always needing to go live, so I got to see what our hockey schedule is. So I'm hoping you guys are seeing this okay. I am so sorry. I'm going to get this down yet. I am going to get down this thing, this camera. I got it all down. I got on the right live. Oh, well, there's always Friday, right? And you never know. I may make a sneak appearance before that, just to try to test it. I do come off and on. I do pop off and on. Now, somewhere, and I'm not on my computer. I'm only on my iPad. But I think up at the top of the live, if you look up on the top right-hand side, and I don't know, I know it's not like this on the, but if you're on a laptop, there is a reminder or a bell or something. I know there's one on YouTube, but I'm thinking there's something on Facebook like that you can hit, and I think that's what draws it up on the lower left-hand side when we go live. You'll get a oh look, they're live, and then you get them playing. You know, you get it, and all you have to do is click on it, and you're right there. Boom. So, but we're getting there, guys. It does take a little bit on these, but you know, it's not difficult to do, and it's not hard to do. Just a little time consuming, so you got a little bit of that labor thing going. I'm gonna pull it up a little bit because it's a little difficult to know what you can see, and I don't want you just staring at nothing. I really don't want you just staring at nothing. Mike was trying to figure out what ones I should put where in the tree. He really was. Like, which colors should she put? That's so close. Oops. I'll move you back a little bit. There you go. Maybe that won't kill you, your eyes. I really like making the flowers and the character boards. Like I said, I've never done a horse. I may never. I don't know. To me, that one isn't really intimidating. I don't know why. Don't know why that is. Not often at all. And it costs me twice as much to buy the popcorn as it does, because I only go on discount day when all the movies are $5. So, but I always have to have a popcorn and a Coke. There's no reason to go to a movie if you can't have the popcorn. Sometimes I go to the theater and I just go in and buy popcorn. I'm bad. Yeah, you know, I'm not into the scary ones. Never have been. And nothing's really, you know, I'm not into like the Fast and Furious ones that everybody was into. I'm not into the Marvels. I'm not into Star Wars. My husband and son go to all of the science fictions together because I just have no need. As long as they bring me home popcorn, they can go. But so anyway, I guess I would assume now that everybody's got children, they're all back in school now. It used to be everywhere that, you know, you started after Labor Day, but I think they only do that way out east, and I think they've even backed their times up. I swear I think our kids started like the 9th of August here. I'm like, why? Why do you start so early? But apparently that's what they like, so of course they get out, because we used to go Labor Day to Memorial Day. That was like, you know, and then you got like 3 days off at Easter and 2 weeks off, or a week off at Christmas, I want to say. Been a long time since I've been to school, 40 years in fact. But yeah, around here it's like they're off every other Friday, and they get, I know on the East Coast, my niece is a teacher, and it's like she's always on break. She's always traveling. I'm like, how can you travel so much? You're a teacher. She goes like, well, we're on break. I'm like, well, that's kind of crazy. So, oh well, right? I don't know. They also have a tech school because Mike went to a vo-tech school as opposed to an actual high school. He learned how to become a baker, culinary artist. So he could go into the Air Force and cook TV dinners. They didn't call them that, though. They made them sound better. They called them foil packs. What's the difference? It's a TV dinner. It's all Swanson's. But, and then he went into painting airplanes, so the rest is history. But he used to make cakes. We used to do cakes for people. He's very good at it, and they're delicious. So I don't cook, so it's a good thing I married one. Because I do not like it. Of course, he just kind of only does the sweets, so that's kind of crazy. I hope you guys are seeing enough of this. If you're not, I'm really sorry. We'll have the other angle. I swear I'm gonna have it on Friday. I just wasn't thinking. We take it out. Sometimes Lamba tries to chew the cord. Of course, that wouldn't be good. So that would not work for me. Because then the camera wouldn't work. I'd have to buy a new one. So I just bought that one. But I think I figured out why I wasn't getting in the same room as you guys. So now at least I know I can do that. I feel better. And so next time we'll be ready to rock and roll. Something fierce. And I'm going to have my back camera angle again. So it looks like we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 left. I can't tell if we have 9 of these little things or if we have 10, so we'll see. Got some fray going on there. The other method I've not done in a while, and maybe the next time I do a work form, is a cruffle, which is a curl and a ruffle together. It's the new thing. Kind of makes a cute little poofy on your wreath. So I'll have to find something to do a cruffle. I'm going to hit myself in the chin now. I can just tell. I'm like, I said, always make sure your seams are down, because if your seams aren't down, they're just supposed to be down. That way it doesn't show your seam, it doesn't show any fray. It just helps you out. So. Trying to decide what color. Now that I'm at the end, I can see what colors I got and so forth. We're almost at the top. I didn't know how long it would take. There, some of the parts do take a little bit, but really it's very simple once you get going and once you learn what you're doing. This is the first tree I have ever made. I have not made a tree before this, just like I hadn't made Ina before this. So you guys kind of get the first jump in with me when I do my first one. And that way I can always go back to this video and tell you, just say, watch me do this. This is my first one, and it was pretty darn simple to do. You just have to learn your different folds. And those at the top, okay. I'm going to put this one on in the middle because this is my ending color scheme that I want. So, but yeah, I really like this system. Lori, you did a fantastic job coming up with this, and she's so inventive. She really, really is. She's a very talented lady. I'm very impressed. She does do the digital designs that go on the centers. So I think that's pretty cool. And if you ever get over to their Facebook page, Dave and Lori do lives, and they are very entertaining. I like to watch their lives because they're real entertaining. Down to earth, very, very fun. They make you laugh. They play with their filters when they don't know they're online. They're so cute. You gotta love them. Do you watch the Hallmark channel, Laura? Or is that the one that's on, the Hallmark? Are you one of those that watches, oh, what is that darn Christmas music? You know, the one with the little kid that gets shot in the eye or something with the BB gun? I've never watched it. It's like the Christmas classic. They play it for 24 hours on TBS. I'm telling you that I love the UITC. I say it backwards. I try not to, but it gets a little difficult up here when you got all this mesh going. That's okay. Hey, hey, hey. Gonna get it. Yeah, hop over to the Unique and the Creative website. She has not only her boards and digital prints, she carries some supplies and tutorials. And I don't know if she still does, but she had the tutorials with, like you bought it in a wreath kit. You know? And I'm not putting this stuff right now into the trash. I'm going to do that afterwards. So I didn't get this caught underneath, but I'm going to assume that if we stick this one right here and pull it up, like I said, these two are just a little bit more difficult to get up in there the way you want them. But you just I like that word, manipulate that mesh. Make it do what you want. I'm always manipulating mesh and ribbons and decorations. So the first thing you have to do when you're missing something is you have to go look in the garage. So that's where she takes everything. We leave the door open for her to go out there. All of her favorite toys end up in the garage at night. I have to go pick them up. Treats that she didn't want to eat right at that time. Mama's mesh and decor. Okay, we've got 2 more pieces, and I've kept... Oh, I gotta cut those off. Once you have those in the clothespins for a while, they do kind of tend to stay in the shape you put them. And I do have my glue gun plugged in, so haha. Okay, so, oops. Forgot I had this one already. So anyway, I'm going to turn that hanger up like that, because that's the direction I want it to go. And we're going to put our last 2 little petals on here. And then hopefully our tree, ouch, sorry, I was like jabbing myself. Then our tree, the petal part, will be all done. And then all we have to do is decorate it, just like you do with your Christmas tree. Won't that be fun? I hope it doesn't look too funny with the 2 different colors. I think it looks unique and I like it. Alrighty. Alright. Now I gotta trim that down. Hang on. Okay, now I'm going to show you this part of the tree, then we'll trim the back up, and then we'll decorate it, and it'll be all ready to go. Oops. So there it is. This is it with all its petals on, and you can, you can manipulate these petals. They're on there good and tight, so you can manipulate them around. Okay, I'm going to turn this down, and I'm going to get rid of all these little sticky uppies. And then we'll be ready to get our glue gun and decorate it. That is what the back looks like when you're done. And you can cover it if you want to, but, you don't have to, but you might want to, I don't know. All right. So, first thing we're going to do, I should have got first thing we're going to do is try to figure out, I'm going to take this flower, this poinsettia, I just thought it was so pretty, and I am going to glue it. I haven't got the glue on it yet, so don't get excited. I'm going to glue it right at the top. So, I'll try not to burn myself and scream. Lamba is a Zushan or a Shishan. She's half Shih Tzu and half Bichon Frise. I just happened to see that come up, guys. Okay, so I put a good amount of glue on it, and I'm just going to stick it up there. I could have made a bow, but I saw this in Hobby Lobby today, and I just had to have it. Thank you, Zora. We're not even to the good part yet. Oh, you hear a horse? I guess I'm confused. Yes, they're upstairs. I heard Mr. Ryder screaming. He likes to do that when he's happy or when he's mad. Of course, I don't put up with it when he's mad, but what can you say? If he's happy, he's just a happy kid screaming, I guess. You can get some good stuff at Goodwill. I missed, actually. I usually go on Senior Day. It's the first Wednesday. And, yeah, I think I missed it last week. I guess I just wasn't. Was it last week I was sick? I don't remember. Maybe. Maybe that's why. I got all these ornaments at Hobby Lobby, by the way. But I'm going to tell you, I looked again. I cannot find the owls nor the trucks at my Hobby Lobby, and I look good today. I found these really cool decorations, and things are still 40% off. So these little balls, I love them. Look at these. They got little candy canes on them. That's cute. So I'm going to start with the little and I'm actually gonna, I gotta think about it. It's kind of like when you decorate your Christmas tree, right? Except this time I can't change it. So we better like where we put them. I guess I could actually buy hooks and then actually hook them on, because they got, hook them in the mesh. That'd be too much fun. Yes, Lori Bullfinch McNeil. I hope I said that the right way. Sometimes I say it backwards. She is the one who invented the frame, and she is the one who has them out and gives lessons on them. You can do workshops with them. They're good for beginners, and a lot of people like them. So I'm trying to put out a whole line of them. I have made the roses. I have made the sunflower. This is the tree. I did do 2 different character faces. I did Jimmy O'Lantern and Ina Field. But I have Santa Claus, and I have Mrs. Claus, and I think I have a snowman. I have an Elf Help Wanted. But now I'm pretty much out of boards. So, when we used to decorate for Christmas, of course we don't now because my stuff's all in storage and we really don't have the space down here. But when we used to decorate upstairs for Christmas, we never had to turn a light on because Michael puts up so many lights. Yep, we never, during the Christmas season, we always decorate the day after Thanksgiving, and then we never had to turn a light on. We just turned on our Christmas lights. But we can't put a tree up. We don't have the room down here. And I did put one up at my son's new house. Well, it was new last year. And that's where I'd actually bought quite a bit of ball decorations or ornaments. And somehow they got used. And Melinda actually put a tree up. And yeah, so it was quite something. I can't get these little, they're stuck. Should be careful how I say that. Cherie and Zora will get going, then I'll start laughing. But Melinda has never put a tree up until last year because, you know, Ryder was a little bit, you know, older because she has some cats. And these cats are pains in their butts. Anything with a straw, they think they, you know, it's kind of like Lamba owns all the deco mesh. The cats think they own anything that they can knock down. So we really expected to have a tree on the floor, but it never did happen. I know I probably didn't space these good guys, but this is how I decorate a Christmas tree anyway. Like I said, this is going to be totally finished when we're done. Oops. Okay, we're going to give that just a second to dry. Okay, here we go, gang. Here's the reveal. It's kind of hard to see. And you know what I'm going to do? So there it is, up close and personal. But just so you can get a better sense, you know what I think I'll do? I'll show you. I know it's not very close, but that's the best I can do, guys, to give you a really good full view. That's what I'm holding the camera, so I don't want it to. That's it comes out to be a 2-foot tree. That's what it would look like on your front door. That's the door to I'm trying to figure out, there we go. That's the door to my house, or my place down here. And the next one, like I said, I'm going to put lights in. But I think also I'm going to do it with my traditional white and blue, because I'm feeling like I need to have one of those on my front door. That is the UITC tree with the poly burlap and the petals. It's pretty good. Kind of stepping out of my zone. I don't know why I'm looking at the iPad. Stepping out of my zone because I'm doing these all first time. I've never done one like that before. So this is like a first time deal. You get to see the raw. Ooh, I made it backwards. Ooh, I made a mistake. Ooh, you know. So you get me in the raw. And but yeah, I like it. I'm going to make a couple more, like I said. I'm also going to do one in a candy. Instead of doing a tree, I'm going to do a candy corn. So I'll do that. And then I bought googly eyes. And I'll give him a mouth and a nose. It looks like little broccoli pieces. Or little, I don't know. Anyway, this is, I don't know if you guys could see it. This is one of the hats that we made over the weekend. This is the scarecrow hat. Like I said, these are on my Etsy site. Yes, thank you for joining us. And it's a cool tree. I'm liking it a lot. Now the next one I do, when I do the, do you like it? I'm thinking about trying a smaller ruffle, because I used some of it on the hat, one of the Santa hats. I'm thinking of trying a basket weave. I love basket weave. So I'm thinking maybe, well, 8 inches might be good, but basket weave is really, really poofy. And so I'm thinking that maybe I'll cut it down. I don't know, I'll have to think about it. Maybe 6. But yeah, thank you all. Remember, please like and share this with everybody you can. It helps each and every one of us when you watch our lives and share it. Don't forget to visit the Etsy store. Sign up for the YouTube. Have a great night, everybody. I'm going to jump off of here, and guess what? I'm going to go work on roses. That's my next thing. Thank you, Lori, for showing up and supporting me. I hope I did your tree justice. I like it, and I had fun. And you know what? I can't even tell the difference really between the 2 colors now that it's over there. I mean, you can, but not bad. Anyway, everybody have a great evening. Same bubble time, same bubble channel, because we're in the bubble. Have a great one, guys, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.